Welcome back. We're continuing our series highlighting the 2017 regional winners of the Environmental Stewardship Award. Let's head to Iowa for a closer look at the Region 3 winner, Smith Farms.
For more than a century, the Smith family has been farming in northwest Iowa. Seth Smith and his father Lynn work side by side on this diversified crop and livestock operation.
We've got a feedlot, a cow-calf herd, custom swine finishing, corn and soybeans, oats and alfalfa, and some organic crops on about a third of the acres.
My dad's dad came here from Illinois, and they settled over by a little bit west of here. And so they've been there ever since. I'm not positive about the numbers. I think it's like 130 years that Smiths have put a crop in.
For the Smith family, one goal is to minimize off-farm inputs as much as possible. Nutrient management is key, keeping those vital resources from leaving the farm, which improves productivity while also protecting the environment.
When you're purchasing nutrients to raise a corn crop, or a soybean crop, or an alfalfa crop, whatever it may be, yeah, why on earth, what would be the reason to want to let it leave? So I guess we do the best job that we know how to hold those here.
The farm feedlots play a vital role in this process by providing nutrients from a natural source. Manure is composted on site and then applied to the fields and pastures as fertilizer. One of the Smith's 2 feedlot locations overlooks the Raccoon River, which provides a daily reminder of the importance of environmental stewardship. The Smiths installed a lagoon there to help capture wastewater.
As the years went by, we had put quite a few improvements into the place, so when it came down to the time, all right, well now we need to build a lagoon or abandon the feedlot, well we had felt like we had too much invested in it just to leave it, so we opted for the lagoon, which has turned out to be good.
We've taken all the runoff, all is collected into settling basins, and then it goes into a lagoon, and then it's irrigated, it's put on the cropland. That was kind of a big thing for us to do, and you know, at the time it was kind of, well, we're going to stay in the business, we need to do this, and so that's why we went ahead and did it.
On the cow-calf side, the Smiths took their most fragile ground out of row crop production and converted it to pasture, saving soil and greatly reducing nitrogen and phosphorus runoff.
Financially, it makes sense for us to do that because we felt we could get more use out of it. It's kind of the oddball thing to do because there's not a lot of grazed ground around here. If anything, pastures have been getting converted back to tillable farmland instead of the other way.
The cow-calf operation has been a good fix for us. It's a little bit of a challenge finding pasture right here in this area because so much of it is used in row crop. But the cow-calf part has been a very good fit for us.
The Smiths implemented a rotational grazing plan designed to give their pastures plenty of rest, which optimizes soil health and plant growth.
We put the cattle in the pasture, and then after a period of time, depending of course on the rainfall, when the grass gets to a certain condition, then we'll pull them off and move them on to the next pasture to allow that grass to come back.
It's amazing how some of this ground, for years, when there was no cows in it prior to us having it, it barely grew. You know, a lot of it, the grass only ever got this tall. And now that we're grazing it, we're seeing, you know, our amount of biomass that we're producing and tons of forage has increased greatly. Since we've been, I guess, prescription grazing or, you know, grazing with a purpose.
Well, they're just great stewards of the land, and it's going to be generational. And they're always willing to teach and always willing to learn. That's a good combination to have.
The Smith family is always looking for ways to share their stewardship story. They provide the beef for the burgers served at a nearby restaurant, and the menu helps educate consumers about the Smith farm and its environmental practices.
People realize that meat they're eating came right, 10 miles away, and we more than welcome those customers to come out and check out the place. Steph and I both feel that if we have closed doors, it looks like we're hiding something. So we're always very welcoming to having people come out and just looking at our daily operations so they can get a first-hand look at what goes on in a farming operation.
Seth and Etta are the 5th generation to work this land. They know the stewardship practices they implement today will help ensure their farm is around for generations to come.
Every year we seem to implement something else or try something new and see what the benefits are of it, but no, it's never a, okay, we're here now, this is how we're going to do it. There's always learning, and there's always building upon that to keep trying to do better.
I feel like we owe that to the generations prior to us that did a lot of these things that, you know, that we get to enjoy, and you know, it's our job to continue that, to pass that on so that things can eternally, you know, every generation that comes along makes things a little better instead of a little worse. That's very important, because it's, well, that's how operations like this and so many around us, you know, have pushed on for so many years and continue to grow and expand and you know, and do well.
If you'd like to find out more about the Environmental Stewardship Award winners, see photos and videos, or even learn how to nominate someone for the award, visit the website environmentalstewardship.org.